Alright, we're live officially. Hello all, this is Ninja DC bringing back reaction videos for, well, the rest of season 6. Joining me today is Cadet.
Hi everyone, I'm Cadet Redshirt. Okay, there, now it says live for me. It didn't. Okay. Happy to be back. Yay. Okay. I'm done.
Alright, Unova.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Unova Brony, here to grace you all once again with the fabulousness that is me. Winky face. Oh man, it's so hard to try to be egotistical.
Next.
Alright, Jenn.
And I forgot what I was going to say. Okay. Run the intro again! Run the intro again!
Dude.
Darn it,
It's like the
there it is.
Lord
you know
build
what?
up on that and nothing.
Unova again steals the thunder,
Drum
and I'm
roll,
like,
please.
okay, I was like, I know I've got something to follow him this time, and then all of a sudden I'm getting ready to talk, and I'm like, nothing. Oh well. Well, hello world! This is Jen, ready to review the remainder of Season 6. That's all I have.
Alright, and then second.
Hi, I'm the Second Opinion, and from a critic first and a fan second, you are all weirdos.
Wait, you gotta put the ugh at the end of it. Try that again.
Try it again.
All weirdos. Ugh. I go along for some reason.
That'll do. For
B
now.
minus.
We'll work on
That'll
it.
do, Piggy. That'll
B
do.
minus.
That'll do. There's gotta be a little more rough in it, but that's
Ugh.
okay. It's good. It's a good for the first stop.
Wow, give me a break.
It's good for the first attempt.
Wow, Jen. Critical
What?
much.
Not that critical. I still give it a 9 out of 10. I don't think that's critical. Is it?
This is a
I
pretty
didn't
good
hear
score.
that score. This is the first time hearing the score.
Oh,
You rarely score that high, so I can't complain.
See, it was pretty much everything was there. It's just like I'm just remembering the original like Sam the Eagle thing, and I just remembered the little ugh at the end of it. So that was it.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
But again, 9 out of 10. That's
9 out of 10.
Hi, everyone.
Never mind, just put Kermit. Never mind, just put Kermit in there. 10. We're done.
Kermit the Frog here. I was.
Oh,
It's so
Kermit!
great. I was singing.
Oh,
I was
Kermit!
singing earlier. I
Oh,
was singing
Kermit!
Rainbow Connection earlier.
Huh.
Nice.
So I believe we had something to do, didn't we?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
We all
Yeah,
we all hold hands. We all hold virtual hands and sing Rainbow Connection, right?
Anarchy.
Oh, or there's anarchy.
Why are there so many songs about anarchy? Someday we'll find it. Everything goes crazy.
Alright.
Yes, we're gonna make. Yes, this is now a thing.
Alright.
NDC.
I hate to
Yes, this is
ruin
now
some
a
of the
thing.
anarchy, but like, yeah, I
Okay.
do have work tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, so do I.
Um,
Shoot. Okay.
Okay.
I forgot.
Oh man.
Let's see. But yeah, join. We're gonna be watching Stranger Than Fan Fiction today, and
Oh, that's what it's called?
you, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have no exposure to anything that's happened.
If it's called Stranger Than Fan Fiction, right?
Mm. But
Yeah.
just to give a
Okay.
heads up
Jeez.
to my hopefully loyal listeners, Cadet will be leaving us during the reaction because of YouTube Hangout issue stuff.
It has to do with an Apple product, just letting you know.
by windows.
But right after she'll be watching it live. But she'll be watching it live with us, just on her own end, and then she'll be jumping back in to add her own input. And considering this is a very fanish episode, she'll probably have a lot of good points. And is everyone ready?
What? Sure.
Yeah, my mind's like it's like when it's like halfway through a sentence, like, did I have somewhere I was going with this? No.
He has no plan, everyone. He's just ousted himself.
You succumb to the anarchy. Woohoo!
Anarchy!
Quick start the episode before we really descend into anarchy.
Alright.
Alright, bye guys.
Alright.
I got nothing. That's all I can suggest at this point.
Alright. Beginning the episode in 3, 2, 1, play. And make sure to unmute yourself.
Ooh.
Shiny.
More adventure.
Hmm.
That's how you can improve. Is that a
I want to do more than
statue?
briskly walk there. Wait, she can fly. How can that?
Oh my god, she has wings! It's not even injured!
Boo.
Don't stop there. You read iPad. That's the deal.
Wow.
Sorry, Rainbow Dash. I just keep thinking about how much fun you're gonna have at the Daring Do convention. I wish Princess Celestia didn't need my help with the Friendship Summit.
Oh.
Now she doesn't want to go to Griffinstone.
Oh.
Hey.
Complete
Though,
reverse.
to be fair, she probably got the update in its current status.
Yeah.
Oh.
But since you and I know AK Yearling personally, and we know that she's secretly Daring Do herself,
Nice to have that reminder.
convention will be fun, but
Thought we'd established that.
Yeah, we already established that.
That's so sweet. She was trying. It's
Oh,
sweet
God,
that she
it's
tried.
BronyCon.
It's BronyCon all over again.
Ah, we didn't go this year.
Next year.
I went to MACon.
Well, I went to PonyCon this year, actually, over in New York City. I thought it was all over, but there's going to be a PonyCon next year, actually.
Nice.
Whoa.
Went to TrotCon this year and had a great time, but next year I'm saving everything I can for BronyCon.
Yes, the ultimate destination for a brony.
Agreed.
I may never go.
Yeah, this is exactly how every con is.
Would be up for an all-inclusive, one-of-a-kind adventucation where you get to live the
No. Nope, this-
Adventucation?
no thanks. Did that already.
Take that.
This is the awesomest thing ever.
What?
Now this is something
Hmm.
only a true fan can appreciate.
Oh.
What?
In the right order.
Good catch. Oh, I'm Quibblepants. Nice to meet you.
Rainbow Dash. Nice costume.
You too.
Thanks. The hard part was figuring out the right number of arrow holes.
Because on page 84 of Sapphire Stone, it
I
describes
just realized we never really see his real hair color.
Hold up. I think I saw faint traces of it. He looks like a blondie.
Barrage of arrows, unquote, but clearly Daring Do is embellishing and the correct number
That face when you find someone who's just as into it as you are.
Oh my
What the
god.
hell is
I'm known for
Snails
being
doing there?
overly detailed, but I don't know if
What the heck did anyone just catch snails?
Wait, that was Snails? I thought that was a girl pony.
That looks
Aw.
like snails.
Tekimura!
They both disapprove
No!
of bondage pillows.
Time to get your final figures.
No, a million times no.
Hey, Minuet.
But it's so sweet.
I ran into you. Even though I knew the convention would be totally awesome, it's more fun when you're with someone who really knows Daring Do.
Yup.
I know what you mean. It's so hard to find a pony who really gets it.
That's weird. We've only done stuff from the first trilogy. After lunch, we should probably start working our way back through the other books.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There are no other books.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Fan
my god.
politics!
Jenn
Yeah.
winner!
Please don't. Just don't even mention the titles.
Oh.
I'm not saying those books don't exist. I'm saying that I refuse to acknowledge them.
Wow.
And this show just latched on to the truest fan aspect of all.
Yep, fan politics.
This could easily make breaking lines already.
And how could you possibly know that?
Because I've saved a question several times.
That's a compelling argument.
Oh my god.
Convention if you hate Daring Do so much.
I don't hate Daring Do. The first series was smart and cool and an amazing nod to old-time serialized adventure books that somehow manages to be self-reflexive and ironic.
Oh my
He's a
god!
good critic.
Oh my goodness.
This feels weird!
Here to ask AK Yearling, muzzle to muzzle, why she sold out and dumbed down the rest of
Wow!
That is every single fan.
Oh, you're crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I wouldn't actually disagree with him.
Wow. Okay.
With certain
Good.
things.
I'm sorry, but
Hint, hint, princess.
be friends with some pony who's willing to believe impossible stuff is possible
Yeah.
as long as
Well, I mean, right now, I'm sure everybody's going to be against him, but keep in mind, what he's saying is almost a perfect stand-in for the Star Wars fans.
Yep.
Mmm.
Or the
This
the
started out
failed
so-
Indiana Jones sequels.
And it started out so well.
And I need her help to convince a know-it-all
Oh god, she's going to the actual source. Why?
Rainbow Dash.
Ah.
AK!
I've got to talk to you. It's an emergency. Not here.
Oh.
Now tell me what's going on. Is it Caballeron? Did you see him?
Oh.
No, but there is a pony downstairs who thinks everything you've written after the first trilogy is totally unrealistic and terrible. And I need you to help me prove to him that it's all totally
She's clearly on high alert.
bigger problems on my hoofs than dissatisfied fan ponies.
You listen.
Wing boner.
And Caballeron wants it.
Uh,
Only a key. The real treasure is hidden in a lost temple. The seven-sided chest of Chico Mazstock. Caballeron wants to sell it to the highest bidder, of course. Which is why I need to find it first.
Always in it for the money. Just like any fellow commission artist.
Yep.
What are you doing here? Since I haven't found the temple yet, it's the safest place for me in the amulet. It's crawling with security, and if I get into trouble,
Time to get out of action.
with all the daring do cosplay.
The ultimate disguise! It's foolproof! It's foolproof!
hide in plain sight.
Does a pony who only likes their first trilogy qualify as suspicious?
Oh. Oh.
Oh, Rainbow Dash can never not be a fan pony around
Oh
Daring
my
Do.
goodness.
I find all this fanfare around my arch enemy disturbing. I mean, where is the booth for Caballero?
Oh!
Oh my
Well-
god.
Oh!
I do not see it like this.
Oh!
Daring do an
Looks like someone has secret feelings.
to spend
There's already gonna be a ship.
I have to.
Aye. Jealous much.
Oh, oh god!
Oh.
Well, if it isn't the pony who knows impossible things can happen because she just does.
Ooh!
Sorry, Quibble. I've got more important things to do than argue with a pony who thinks awesome means unrealistic.
Wow!
No.
Nice.
I want to hear more about how you're 100% sure that
Oh my
You
god!
will validate my opinion.
Oh god! Anime pony!
Return.
Ranma! That's Ranma in the background! That's a Ranma pony! Oh my god!
Whoa.
Wasn't broken.
Oh, it's a return appearance.
See now,
Mhm.
that's a great character. Solid backstory, good motivation.
Wow!
Oh man, he is.
It's right there.
Oh man, he,
Of course he is. He's also over there, and over there.
oh,
Where are you going?
oh man, this guy is like, he is a gift.
Because
He is a gift to all pony kind.
Caballeron came to this convention to steal the amulet of Kukulkan, and I just saw him and his head ponies come this way.
Totally looks crazy.
I'm gonna head back inside crazy out here for both of us?
Oh God!
He is like every fan out there.
I do not know what Daring Do is playing at, but if she told you to fan ponies of my plan to steal the
Oh.
you must work for her.
Caballeron! Ha! What do you have to say now, Quibble?
This was your plan to
Wow.
prove the Daring Do books?
Wow.
You want a Daring Do
This-
experience adventure case?
No, no one else knows it's real.
Right. We're actually being held captive by Cabal.
Rainbow being stubborn.
All over the place. So what's the
Damn.
Kidnapped us, taken us to the middle of nowhere because
A temple of Chico Mostok is somewhere in this jungle. When I find it, the seven-sided chest is as good as mine. I just need the amulet of Kulakon to unlock it.
And Daring Do has the amulet, so you came up with this overcomplicated plot to lure me into the jungle and exchange.
Anyone notice his cutie mark?
Don't call it overcomplicated.
Oh,
but
what
Oh,
about
just
his
like-
kitty mark?
Okay, we're done here.
Oh my God, it's a message.
Very believable.
It's like no, it's a blank. It looks like a blank speech bubble.
Listen,
Has a lot to say, but it really is all nothing.
going anywhere. You may not approve of my plan, but I'm the mastermind here.
Ooh!
Say, you remain here until Daring Do comes to rescue you. And if she wants you back in one piece, she will give me the amulet. Tie them up.
Oh, we got metal chains again.
Oh, the fan fiction.
You are an agent of Daring Do.
or an avid reader.
And now, I will continue my search for the temple. Don't go anywhere.
Listen, if I pretend to believe this nonsense is real, will you call off the hench pony repertory theater over there?
They're not gonna listen to me. They abducted us both.
Oh, how to prove this.
So you're gonna stick with that script. Oh, okay. We're in a Daring Do adventure.
What?
What was that?
Daring Do, thank goodness, we're over here.
What the hell? Oh my gosh, they bought it.
Second, I
listen.
think I might have found your representative.
Oh, wait. No, because then it wouldn't be a terrible Daring Do adventure.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Shut up.
Oh my God, I love this.
That was
guy.
brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, that was.
Wow.
Gotta get out of here and warn Daring Do.
No, wait. Just point me to the hotel and you can play Fan Pony and hunt treasure out here all day long.
Vamp pony.
Damn pony.
Let's just say this is a Daring Do adventurecation. The only way to get back to the convention is to go through it. So just follow me and I'll lead you out. Deal?
Fine.
Hates to lose an argument, huh?
It'll convince you.
Which would make Daring Do left hook, which we know is false, and that is everything that's wrong with Daring Do and the trek to the terrifying tower.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Little
Wow.
Sonny. Oh,
He is.
God.
This pony is like everything real about fans.
Funny that Rainbow Dash isn't even, like, mad that he goes into that much detail, just that he doesn't agree with her.
Vacation ponies, sure this thing is safe?
Is it too realistic for you? Wouldn't want that on a Daring Do adventure, would we?
If this were really a Daring
She's
Do
not even sick of
adventure,
talking to him, she just wants him to change his mind.
exactly the wrong
Of course it's a real Daring Do adventure. You
No,
forget
let
you
him
can
go!
fly.
Dash, let him go! Let him go! Let him fall! Come
Oh
on!
God! Oh God! The shot! The immaturity! Ah! Oh God!
Just let him fall! Come on! Oh man!
Wow!
Rainbow Dash can carry
Okay.
4 ponies, though.
Okay.
How's she having trouble
Okay.
lifting 1?
He's that dense.
Bitch.
Oh my god.
That was awesome. I thought we and then you
What the
The
hell?
expressions! The expressions have got better!
water and the
in a book, you might even think it was unrealistic.
Oh my god, that's my profile shot of
Zing.
Rainbow.
Could have been done for. We could have been done for. What kind of education is this? I mean, that's just bad business. What do these ponies think?
They were using the extreme facial expressions.
That we should thank you for escaping.
Wait, what?
Rainbow Dash a black belt in karate. What is this?
Directly to the lost temple of Chico Monster.
That doesn't make any sense.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure they are secure this time. We can't have them escaping again.
You'll never get away with this.
Won't I?
Oh, I'm loving
And
everything.
Daring Do is too noble to let harm befall her companions, so the amulet is as good as mine. What? No witty remarks this time about how silly my plan is?
This isn't the official Daring Do Experience Adventucation, is it? Cheap knockoff run by a bunch of incompetent ponies that have no idea how to execute this adventure with any level of safety.
Oh my god.
Oh,
He's in his own
no.
reality.
I like his like. Is he
Oh
serious?
my god!
Sure, I'm reporting you all to, well, I don't know who I'm reporting you to, but it's gonna be some pony important. Oh, and this cut-rate excuse for an experience.
And they listen to this.
Right. It has all the hallmarks of a lame Daring Do adventure.
Oh.
No.
No, I'm talking
Oh.
location
Oh.
overly complicated villains.
Just let him talk.
Random coincidences that conveniently get us to the next big set piece.
That was actually true.
Just keep going, dude.
I don't take orders from some second-rate performer who learned acting from the supervillain school of bad accents.
Oh.
Damn!
Some giant Howie Zodal wannabe monster, and I have a feeling that would be a bit too much.
Oh god.
Just keep going.
You're real. This is real.
Darn it, Dash!
And that's what it took to convince him.
More awesome reptile. Thank you.
It's like,
Oh.
I don't know why Rainbow Dash suddenly becomes useless in a Daring Do story.
Right.
Oh my god, you're right.
Whoa, you're real. You're friends with her?
That face.
Thank you.
Actually, no.
What?
We can't leave without the treasure. And we should probably
Oh
get
my
to it
god.
before our friend gets any higher. Whoa. 7 doors, 7 locks. One of them leads to the treasure. I'd rather not think about what the others lead to.
Yeah, the classic pony and the tiger bit. All you have to do is...
Maybe you should let Daring Do
Hold
figure it out.
up.
Oh, excuse me.
Same attitude even with the...
Wow.
That one.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, this one's annoying.
Oh!
Voice like this?
Yes.
Yeah. He's usually right.
Yo.
I think it is.
Oh, finally. Look, each door has another door that matches. These two both have earth ponies fighting serpents.
Hmm.
These two have pegasi fighting griffins. These two have unicorns fighting bears.
Oh god, nice reference to Ghostbusters.
Has an alicorn. It's the only one without a mask.
Is that Nightmare Moon?
I've been asking myself that ever since book 4.
Whoa!
That's still what you're hung up on, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I mean, he just solved Daring Do's mystery for her, and he's still hung up over the books.
The way out is totally covered. How are we gonna get out of here? There.
Oh.
Seriously, do you ever not escape out of the top of a temple?
God.
Come with us. We won't
Oh, yeah, now you're just being picky.
I think Rainbow Dash and I have this covered.
Oh!
Go around! You can't go over him!
go over him. Are you crazy? If Quibble says go over him, go over
Oh my God, Rainbow! That's it.
Oops.
You two are insane.
You said go over here.
Seriously.
Said go around him.
And I said be quiet.
Mm.
This way. I heard you.
Okay, I got it. Let's create a fake treasure out of mud and rocks. Give that to Caballero, and then when
Not every daring do plan has to be super complicated.
Oh.
Ah, I swear I heard them.
I love that dang so much.
not particularly original or inspired, but it worked.
Huh.
Yeah, that's the important part.
He's a fan. Uh-huh. There's some stairs on the other side of the temple that lead out of the ravine. I suggest you two take them and head west. What about you? I've got to get this to a museum.
I can fly, and I remember.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Hmm.
Oh.
So, maybe the later books are slightly more realistic than I gave them credit for. Still don't like them.
What? How can you?
Wait, hold on. Before we get in another fight, I think I finally figured it out. I love the daring do that solves puzzles and uses her brain to get out of tough situations, and she did way more of that in the original trilogy. You love the daring do that is brave and awesome and comes out on top no matter what the odds.
No way.
Hmm.
It's okay. We might never agree on what makes daring do cool, but you are definitely cool. I mean, the way you saved me.
Oh my God, no! You can't be insinuating the ship this late!
No!
Rainbow.
No, they were insinuating it
No,
right at the
no,
top,
no.
guys. I don't know what you're watching.
No, this ship cannot sail. Stop building it.
You can. You may have terrible taste in books, but
It's Suffer Breeze all
Stop
over again.
building this ship.
Stop
I guess we don't have to agree on everything to get along. Friends?
Definitely friends.
I said quit building the ship.
Too late.
Write the next book. I think I can make things way clearer.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait.
I want to kind of name it right now because it's sort of this thing that I've already written a lot of fan fiction on. I don't want you. Not that I'm saying you.
Oh my God.
This would
Oh God!
Oh my God! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Yes, give me more! Give me more!
Hello?
Quibble just sent Quibble just sent Jen into a mental breakdown.
Quibble just automatically became one of my most favorite male characters of all My Little Pony! Oh my God!
Well, he is probably the smartest male character in the entire show.
Oh my God, he's so weird!
Did you guys just finish?
I mean, maybe just
Okay,
smart,
good.
but...
I'm sorry to feel like I'm basically like I'm starting to feel like I'm the Rainbow Dash to Jen's Quibble.
Why do I have to be Quibble? Why do I have to
Because you're the one who has the big
one?
problem with this
You're
episode.
the pessimistic Quibble, and I'm just looking
Why
at
do I gotta be the annoying one? Oh, why do I have to be the annoying one?
Oh my God! This
Well, keep in
episode-
mind, a lot of people find Rainbow Dash abrasive too, just we've had
Oh,
more
yeah.
time to get to know her, and... you know.
Oh yeah, like I definitely felt that earlier in the episode, but that is a part of Rainbow's personality and characterization. I can't even falter on that.
Right.
Honestly, like this episode, along with Flutter Brother, Rainbow is definitely above Twilight now.
Yeah, I think so. But the thing is, I don't think I'm Quibble because I'm not going to point out every single bit like this one does. Oh!
That was like...
Pretentious! What a pretentious know-it-all! What a pretentious know-it-all! Yeah!
You know, pretentiousness always has this allure to them.
Well,
Yeah,
only when he's in the opinions he really, on the subjects he really wants to be right about.
Oh, oh my gosh! This was
So I take it Jen hated him.
You like right
I
when
just
you're
I just walked in on something. I don't know what's going on right now.
yeah she was just sort of having a reaction to like his little rant at the end where he's talking about like he should talk to AK Yearling about how his fan fiction could make her writing better, and Jin was just sort of losing it. You missed like you came in right when she was like saying Jin was like shut up.
Seriously, seriously.
Oh my
What an
God.
episode to get back to ponies on. After
That
what
was
it felt,
fantastic.
after what it felt like a lukewarm first half, this episode had no barriers. It didn't stop.
Some of these lines, like, you expect me to believe this is a real Daring Do adventure? This guy's accent goes all over the place.
Oh my God. Okay, like, as soon as I heard the voice come out of him, I was like, he has done a comedy skit about talking about My Little Pony. Did they really get him on the show? Like,
They actually did. They actually did get Patton Wolf.
serious right now.
They got Patton. It was Patton Oswalt, and they got him
and
in.
he's done. Oh, have you heard his comedy skit, like talking about My Little Pony?
No.
Oh my gosh, you have to. It's so fantastic.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God,
it's
we
so
have more reading material to check on after the podcast, but oh my God. Okay, I think the first question now is, are you Team Rainbow or Team Quibble?
Rainbow!
Come on, man. Didn't you hear the lesson at the end of the episode?
No, I just wanted him to shut his muzzle! For Celestia's sake and Luna's and Cadence's, the Twilight's a shut up!
Oh my gosh.
It's quite
It's for the sake of
like
all
the
the
most
princesses! Oh. I call upon all the princesses, not just my favorite Luna, but all of them. Shut this character up!
Honestly though, can you imagine what would have happened if they replaced Pinky's bit from what was it? What was the episode? Season 2, episode 14? Last Roundup with Quibble, just constantly yammering about Daring Do. How much more torturous would that be?
Oh my gosh. No.
Oh wait, how would you insert Quibble rambling about Daring Do into a plot about a rodeo?
No, I mean for the sense of a torture device, you know.
Chimichurri. He's talking about the chimichurri chimichanga.
Just like,
I'd
the
rather
only way to get him to stop is to talk. No, I can't. Well,
I'd
I think that Daring Do should totally not do it. All right.
I'd rather listen to an endless loop of chimichurri chimichanga than Quibble. I'll take that. I'll take the chimichurri chimichanga. I'll take that. I'll take that over Quibble. I was like, please shoot me.
Honestly, like, I love that guy's voice.
I love him so much too.
I love his voice. I love him. He's so great. Oh, I just love him.
I can't believe he became a brony via his daughter. Like,
I know. I was like, okay, when I heard that, I was like, that's awesome. And then I hear him in the show. I'm like, that's freaking amazing. Imagine him being like, he's like, hey, I don't know what his daughter's name is, but he's like, hey, daughter, you want to watch the 6th episode? Like,
guess what, Dad's in it? I want to
know. Like, how awesome would that be?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to make probably the most controversial statement here.
Uh-oh.
He is the best guest cameo ever.
You're going to have to compete with Cheese Sandwich for that one.
I'm sorry. We're nothing on Patton. I'm sorry. I love Patton more than Cheese Sandwich. There, take that.
Well, they'll take it and they'll give it back to you, those listeners.
I'm no takesy backsies. I enjoy this character so much in every angle.
No takey backsies. That's funny.
You hear that? He wins.
Seriously, though, I like him even more than John Delancey.
Whoa!
Oh, no.
Shit just got real.
Them's fighting words.
Don't you mean them's fighting herds? But seriously though, out of all the male characters, he just immediately jumped to number 2. Spike will always be my favorite character, but him and Quibble, I could just imagine some of the most depraved, drawn-out conversation, and it would just be so perfect.
I'm the only one who thought that he and Rainbow Dash are actually kind of cute together.
Yeah.
I thought that was
No!
Rainbow Dash is the only character.
I do not approve of this ship. Do not approve of this ship. Do not build this ship. Do not sail ship. Abandon ship.
The only other characters anyone shipped Rainbow Dash with is Applejack and Pinkie Pie. I don't think
And
he even
Zephyr
has much
plays on
competition.
ironically.
What?
No.
Ship Rainbow Dash is every pony else, just not this. Abandon ship.
No, I mean, it's like Rainbow Dash is the only pony.
He got better at the end of the episode. That's the whole point. We saw the character progression.
Well, at the beginning of the episode, too, it's just like only when something comes up that he really, really cares about.
Yeah, exactly. Something he's passionate about that he just can't let
But then Rainbow Dash is the only character who cares enough about being right to actually want to listen to all of this and keep the conversation going.
I know!
Exactly.
It's like using a flaw in a positive way. That was actually super ingenious. Who wrote this episode?
It was great. It was amazing.
Josh Haber.
What?
Of course.
Oh, and the guy who wrote Spice Up Your Life and A Heartwarming Tale. And this episode was like everything Spice Up Your Life should have been done right. Like everything.
I still haven't seen that one.
Terribly, this episode did.
Oh my god.
I still haven't seen Spice Up Your Life.
It's impossible. Okay, no, it's not really impossible, but honestly, Josh Haber, if this is what your writing has evolved into, keep writing.
Told you guys he had it in him.
Oh, he is sort of becoming the
head writer.
He's sort of becoming the Megan's B, like the second in command.
Didn't he write the third movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he wrote a lot of the openers and closers as well. So like he's more or less like her second in command while she's focusing on the main movie.
Wrote the latest opener. I mean, I think they gave him too much too soon, but I mean, episodes like this, I think he really has it in him.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
He's starting to find it. He's starting to find it really well.
Oh yeah, and I think it's been confirmed he's writing the season finale.
I gotcha.
Oh wow.
Guys,
it's gonna be a toss-up even so.
Can you guys even remember the first time Haber wrote an episode and it was kind of like an adventure story? Castlevania? Seriously, look at how far, like...
The difference, yeah.
That's definite progression there.
Well, even his very next episode, Simple Ways, like, I think that episode is actually underrated for how hilarious it is.
Yeah, I could definitely see that argument. I mean, then again, I have to rewatch it to get my clear thoughts about it. You know?
I mean, like, every plot detail, like, about it seems like it's like a fantastic episode masquerading as a typical one. You see, I mean, it's hard to even, like, keep track of it exactly what happened, what was good, what wasn't afterwards, but it's like it's all in the little moments. Everything is just like... So. I will not shut up. In fact, just for that, I'm going to add 10 more sentences onto this.
No, I wasn't. Actually, no, I was not. I was not talking to you. My phone started blowing up. Sorry.
Ooh. Okay.
Nice cover.
Well,
it was. I promise. It was. It was. My phone literally just started blowing, and I was like, "Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!"
But
I don't mean you. Never.
Jen, we're teasing you. Calm down. Don't get so defensive.
I totally calm.
You can roll with it, you know.
Okay.
You can roll with it, you Nova.
You're allowed to.
Okay.
Rolling on the river.
That's actually one of my favorite songs.
I like that song too.
It's one of my favorites.
Nice.
Hey, second.
Singing it every
karaoke.
While I don't have my thoughts gathered for this episode, can I use you as my second opinion?
You may as well. It's in the job description. So wait, does that mean you're gonna let me tell them what you thought?
Let's go for it!
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh, let's see. Unova thought this episode was validation for why I am always right about these things. That's
Dang.
too.
Dang.
Like its philosophy on different. It is a perfect stand-in for why you should listen to me and nobody else. However that works, but.
He's used his power for evil.
Well, duh. What else do you use power for?
Ooh, Crystal Pepsi.
The ends justify the means, after all.
I will say that, I mean, Unova and I had a split about Spice Up Your Life, and I mean, I think one of us was reconsidering it, like, towards it, but anyway, like, I would say this episode was everything Spice Up Your Life should have been, like, where that episode was just, like, built a straw man so it could tear it down. This one was, like, a very smart, very fair, very two-sided perspective, like, what's his name? Quibble, he does maybe care, it seems like he cares a little bit too much anyway, like, he doesn't recognize that nobody else cares about what he's talking about the same way he does. He is annoying, but at the same time, he's very smart. He's speaks to people who probably do share his thoughts a lot, and he has a point a lot of the time.
Honestly, though, it's quite witch to see a moral go for the neutrality side. That all these conflicts were because of different perspectives and different sets of mind. The fact that basically it showed that Rainbow was all about the spectacular, the spectacularness of the later books, and also the adventurous bravery that Daring Do showed much more later on in her adventure career. It kind of shows like how like early on, like when she was reading her first book, maybe she might have not been as enticed until like the later books. As she became a much more hardcore fan, which kind of is like a nice parallel to Quibble, who was the exact opposite, who really admired the first trilogy, but then it dwindled with the fourth book. Then the fifth
Well, I mean,
book.
you look at different series, though. I mean, you could, like, there are no... Well, every series has, like, a quote-unquote best entry, but, it's never the same. Like, Mad Max, everybody says, peaked right in the middle. Star Wars,
the newer
nothing
one's
tops
better.
the original. Yeah, well, I mean, the original trilogy, I mean, everybody says the Road Warrior's the best one. And, like, the first one... I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, everyone does agree. Like, the middle Road Warrior is the best. Well, besides Nostalgia Critic, he thinks the third one's the best.
That was actually that's surprising coming from him, because when I watched his review, I was thinking like, hey, he's gonna rip it apart, but it was a shocking thing. He actually thought it was better. Like, wow.
Is it wrong that I agree with him though that the first one is the worst?
You know what?
I think
I haven't even seen the first two, so I can't say for sure.
I think a lot of people don't like the first one as much because it's really less about like the Mad Max and like Fallout like nature, and it's more of just like a rundown like cop story.
Yeah.
And it's really a very low budget film. Like Road Warriors were like it really became like a blockbuster.
Yeah, I mean, it still was like pretty gritty and practical effects that they couldn't pull too many punches on to get the effect they were going for. But I mean,
well, this is before like CGI.
Yeah. Well, that, and I mean, I think it still didn't have the highest of budgets for the time, like higher than an actual budget at least, but still.
But I guess we need to wrapping up our opinions in this episode.
I'll go ahead and do it to you, second.
Wait, what?
You try one rap on me, I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna go Daring Do on your ass.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Well, bless you.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
This is a very hearty sneeze. Okay. Whoa, there's a cat making noise. Hello.
What kitty?
So how about this probably parallels a lot of brony opinions, like everybody's so split on whether the early seasons or the later ones were the best.
That's what I was gonna actually comment on. I was like, it's almost like a secret commentary for everybody that creates the show on fandoms, and it's like, yeah, I can appreciate it for that. Like,
yeah, I remember afterwards seeing some people point out that fact that it really is sort of like thinking about season 3s where like there was a more action like shift, or it was more action oriented after season 3, less about like friendship interactions sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yet somehow this episode managed to blend together adventure and friendship morals at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first 2 seasons had adventures, but I mean, well, I think, what is the argument? I think the argument against the later seasons, as much as there is one, is just like that if they feel more, typical, just like
more explosive, more glitz and glam, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. Well, I mean, you know, as far as like, there's always going to be at least some flawed arguments for the early stuff. There's always going to be some people who are just nostalgic. Later stuff, there's always going to be some people. What's the Simpsons line? I like this movie much better than the one by that little girl because I saw this one today. Like, always going to be, and then there's going to be your seasons 3 and 6s, which are neither better written nor scaled up, so everybody's just like, no. So I mean, it's really hard to. I mean, you really do just kind of have to see for yourself is the only way to be sure, because I mean, once upon a time, I think the quote unquote rule of thumb was that the sequels are always worse because like they're just pale imitations of the original. Now, I don't know. In general, I think people have got
here's
a lot better.
Here's the thing about I'd say the sequels is for movies it still sort of is true where there's usually the first one is the better one unless they plan for like sequels in advanced. There are exceptions like Emperor Strikes Back. But the one thing I find odd is it's sort of the reverse for video games, where usually it's the second or third one that's like the most revered. And it's rarely the first one.
And then TV shows are the no man's land where just like people will fight to no end on which is which. I mean, I guess middle chapters typically get the most praise, but
I think that is. No, I think you are right. Like not middle chapters, but like for like TV, like middle seasons usually are where it sort of it gets steady ground, and then but it's still not worn out sort of thing. So usually they actually are better received.
I mean,
but there are weird
weird exceptions.
Yeah, because I think Game of Thrones is an interesting example. Like the best and worst seasons was like a up and down, like it's all over the place. And
still haven't seen Game of Thrones.
And then I mean, like some shows come out of the gate with this fresh inspiration, I guess that is like nothing everyone's ever seen. And then when it dries up, you're just not going to recreate it. So then the early ones are the best, and then other shows. Like Avatar, I think or The Last Airbender, that is, kept getting better across every season, and just like by the end, people felt like they'd seen the best finale possible. Then, yeah, just no two are quite the same.
I think it has a lot to do with the directing, honestly.
There's that too.
Yeah, that's like what I feel like.
Well, actually,
directors can take things in a direction that people didn't really expect, and it can come off as awesome, or it can come off as kind of obscure or awkward in certain situations. So I think directing has a lot to do with it.
Like, is it directed by someone who knows exactly what they want to do out of the gate and then only has so many ideas from there, or somebody who is just like hitting their stride as they go? Or
yeah. I think that plays a part in it as well, just from an outside perspective. Because a lot of directors have different processes that they go through, and again, no two directors are alike either. Some have the same heroes, but they'll take that inspiration and take it in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, somebody else talk now.
Right. Jen, you know what what are your all final closing thoughts?
Unova, have you said your piece?
Well, I feel like I generally did. I mean, like, widespread throughout this entire end post discussion. Like, I showed my love for this episode. Like, I'm just.
Is it your new favorite of the season?
Very much so. Like, it's like, I knew Gauntlet of Fire wasn't going to be, like, my favorite for season 6. Because, like, it was not going to be, like, my favorite Spike episode. But I just felt like this should have been something that would have been better. I just wouldn't expect it to come this quickly in this half of season 6.
There's still a lot more to go through.
How many episodes are in this?
I think we we're 26, and I think we just passed 13.
Okay.
Yeah, that was episode 13.
Oh, you're right.
Still haven't seen last episode.
Yeah, they also because they pushed back one episode from that was supposed to be in between there, then they moved it back.
Yeah.
I think it was called the cute. No, it was something cutie.
It was The Fault in Our Cutie Marks.
Yeah.
Was it up? Whoa, something. I feel like I missed something here.
It's
John Green reference.
Oh.
It's a John Green reference.
Oh, yeah.
For the book. My cat's here.
Oh.
She's freaking out.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. All right, I can sum up my opinion in just this little exchange here.
Oh no.
It was all right.
Oh, juxtaposition. Boop.
But okay, now of course everybody knows like how I felt about Quibble, and okay, this okay.
I
overall,
honestly, really quick, I can't wait to hear the full reaction because I was just over here like, oh, it's so great, like pointing out all these things to myself, and then I'm like, nobody can hear me. I was like, shoot.
And then you go into the call and it's me just ranting.
I can't wait to see what you say about the episode.
Oh my god. But pretty much, but overall, yes, it was an all right episode. It was an all right episode. I was a little disappointed at how the direction of Quibble's character went. I mean, it started off really good. He started off really good, and then just turned annoying he just turned annoying at a point. But I understand why that it was done like that. And also, I mean, I wanted to get everybody's opinion on this. I have a feeling that kind of Quibble was kind of a parody of like all fans. I don't want to say all fans because I know that's kind of a broad generalization because not all fans act like him. There are those who can just like something and be quiet about it and respect other people's opinions. And then you have those like Quibble.
I think with Quibble, it was more of a hyperbolic representation of the fan that would be like that.
Right.
Because I've heard the line he said when he first started talking about it. He's like, "Those don't exist to me."
Yeah, I
was like, I've heard people say that.
Yeah.
Me too.
So much.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, okay, so they're writing him like this. So he's meant to be annoying towards us.
Right. I understand, and I understand what that was for. And I have to say, if the purpose of Quibble was to annoy the ever-loving bejesus out of you, well, let's say, well, you know what? I give it a 9 out of 10. I give it a 9 out of 10.
But I mean, keep in mind
good. I was just gonna say, like, I really do want to see like a death battle, but like an annoyance battle between Zephyr Breeze and Quibble.
Oh gosh.
No!
But keep in mind the like positive points they give him. Like he's not just a zesty gourmand ranting about stuff that doesn't even make any sense and doesn't matter. Like he knows what he's saying and why he's saying it at very least.
Right. I mean, for better for worse, we are getting decent male characters, or
we are.
We're getting more.
We're getting more of them, and that
they have
is
personalities.
Good. Yes, that is good. But I will say it was interesting. I did like the fact that I think they were kind of parroting, I guess, fan culture and such, and Quibble and Quibble with the thing is when he said. This was interesting. When Quibble was like, "Those don't exist to me," when he said, "Those don't exist to me," all I kept thinking was, "Oh no, oh no, oh no!" I was like, "No,
season 3 never happened. Pretend season 3 never happened."
I was okay. If anybody even decides to ship them, I was like, you know what? I was all on board on this until that moment, and then I'm like, no, abandoned ship, abandoned ship. Like, no, abandoned ship. This can't happen. Stop building it. Don't sail it. Just sink it quick, you know. But I can understand why Quibble was made it, and for all intents and purposes, and I guess everybody here can say they know somebody who is exactly like that.
Yeah.
I can say Quibble is probably, as annoying as he is probably the most relatable character that I've seen, because there's not anyone I can know that is exactly in some way like this.
Yeah. Let's just sort of add my 2 cents, just sort of going off that versus I mentioned joking like Zephyr versus him. He is, I feel, what Zephyr should have been. Whereas, like, yeah, he's annoying and obnoxious, but there's some actually good qualities to him. Like,
that was my problem with Zephyr, too. I was honestly, like, Zephyr didn't have any good qualities. There were no redeeming qualities about him until the end of the episode.
True.
I would like to bring a counterpoint. I wouldn't say that about Zephyr. I think the episode does a poor job at showing up like the flaw that would eventually be the crux of why he was behaving this way.
I think so too, actually. I agree.
We just kept on getting cutaways of him constantly showing his laziness. A mistake that the writers still haven't forgotten to leave. Hint, hint. Yakistan.
Hint, hint.
What about Yakistan? I'm trying. Don't get away the connection you're going for.
Repeating a joke multiple times with irritating male
characters. With the yak smash.
Irritating characters.
Oh, right.
Well, I don't feel where it was a sort of I felt that was more justified than the yak. The yaks were just like, I think, the most obnoxious characters on this entire show's history.
Yeah.
I can't argue.
They are obnoxious. They were pretty obnoxious, and I honestly think the yak smash was definitely for comedic purposes.
Yeah,
but funny.
For me.
I mean, out of the younger audiences, maybe.
The only good thing about the yaks is actually I had some good fan art because of it, where like they actually do declare war and they're destroyed.
I mean, like with like that comic with Celestia just like standing there with Twilight, and there's a big shiny hole where Yakistan used to be. Like,
oh
that
my
was fun, Twilight. Is there anyone else you want to be friend?
Oh my god.
It would have been more. It would have been. Did Celestia have like, I don't know, a yak skin coat on?
I did not see that. No.
Winter is coming.
There you go. That's it.
We finally completed the circle.
I made a Game of Thrones reference.
Yes, you did.
I don't know what it means.
So did the show, actually.
Yes, yes. But Game of Thrones is really good. You should give it a shot.
Okay, I don't have any HBO anything, so that's the problem.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would watch it. I don't torrent. I try not to.
Well, it's actually a book. It's actually a book series first, so you have the option. You can either read books or watch the series. So that's the choice I will leave completely up to you.
thing, I would probably recommend just starting the books just because, they are especially they are a lot cheap. Like you can get them bundled together for like $20 for like everything,
Yep.
and there are a lot more characters, and it's just more fleshed out because they actually have
Like
unlimited
thoughts.
time.
But that's also,
Yeah.
but it's also a
Internal
downside.
thoughts.
But it's also a little bit of a downside because apparently my dad is a big Game of Thrones fan. He sped through the whole line of books within a matter of like a couple of months. I think he got really into it. But one thing that's that he told me was a little bit of a flaw is that Martin is extremely detailed. Extremely detailed, and that can be good if you're building it, but if you don't like a lot of details, you may feel it bogs you down, but that's up to whoever is reading it. Some like details, some don't.
That's a joke with Martin that like he'll go into such detail, like you can, like whenever there's always a feast, he'll describe the food so well that you can bake it yourself or something like that. Like that's how. And like it's like everyone jokes like that's how like he'll go into how detailed is like medieval like pastry, like how to make lemon cake and like the zest. It's like everyone just jokes about like
the Fleming effect. The Fleming effect, like the guy who wrote James Bond, he wrote so much detail. Like James Bond shifted his car into third gear. Or not even his car, his Aston, whatever it's called.
Aston Martin.
Just like so much detail that like you can envision every little thing that's happening, but probably not good for the people who like the James Bond movies because they're more like, get to the action, damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, but
good reading.
Just what's this final closing thoughts because
Close this out already.
Honestly, if I am able to give like one final sentence, this has honestly been my favorite Rainbow Dash.
She's gained a lot of patience, actually.
Sure.
Yes.
She's been so impatient in other episodes and just rushing into everything. And with this one, she felt like she paced it. She did. She watched what they were doing for the bad guys, so that she could tell them later it was Quibble's fault that they got caught, essentially. But it was like she showed more patience than she has in a lot of other episodes.
I mean, I love
especially with him, with talking to him.
Yeah.
I mean, I love how Rainbow Dash has progressed, but I mean, I kind of like her for her flaws as much as I do for why she's great in spite of them. I mean, I feel like they play off each other so well. Like how
narcissism.
Well, just that like so many people associate characters like that. Okay, they're narcissistic, they're blockheads. I mean, the only fun part is when they get knocked on their butts, just like when they are shown up or whatever. But I mean, Rainbow Dash, when I was in elementary school, I was almost just like her, at least earlier version of her. It's just like, I mean, yeah, just like they kind of captured that competitive mindset so well, and like how, someone who doesn't really set out to do any harm, and in fact, at least when they're not competing, like cares a lot about making sure there isn't any, but just like is so into it that getting people mad at them feels like marginally better than admitting defeat. Just like I thought they captured that really well.
Would you say well, okay, when you said like, getting some people marginally mad at them instead of admitting defeat, that almost sounded like, troll behavior, but but I could be wrong.
Well, trolls get off on making people mad at them, don't they?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, and I was wondering if you were making like a kind of a comparison to that,
Well, no, like marginally wrong. Like getting people mad feels marginally better than admitting defeat.
Gotcha. Right. I gotcha.
All right, but any other final closing thoughts before we end at least the recording?
How many times have you said that?
Yeah.
You lost count.
I think I will agree with everybody here that it was a really good. Patton Oswalt, great job on the character, despite him being annoying. But hey, good. But hey, you did your job. Did it great. Also capturing the fan culture of it very, very well. Very well.
That was very
definitely.
fantastic.
Very great a great representation of the fan aspect, and Quibble the character's like, oh my gosh, it very making him the most relatable. Also, and definitely the action, an adventure progression from Castlevania all the way to this. Yeah, I have to say, a good Rainbow Dash episode and good Daring Do episode. It's always great to see Daring Do again, and this was good.
I think it might. I mean, I did not expect this after the first half of season 6. This just came out blazing, and it might just be my favorite episode of season 6 so far, and I did not expect to say that this early. This is stuff that I've come to expect from the writers. If there ever is a lull, I'm always very hopeful that they're going to pick it up. They're going to pick it up at a later pace. If there is a lull, they're going to come back swinging at another point. You just gotta wait it out a little bit. I mean, and again with this male character, wow.
Yeah.
They came out swinging with this one.
Oh, give me everything.
Jen, your voice wavers every time you say something about Quibble. Like every single time.
Alright. Well, I guess see y'all next week.
Oh,
Good night.
Definitely.
We'll see you next week.
Don't let Quibble haunt you in your dreams.
Ah!